Whispering Pages. Reader, the realist streamer created for the cello community, written by the cello writing team. The realist dreamer lives in the in-between space, where reality meets wonder, where the ordinary is laced with magic. They love stories that feel grounded yet extraordinary, where characters navigate familiar struggles but in a world just a little more vibrant, a little more mysterious than our own. They crave subtle fantasy, quiet magic, and emotionally rich storytelling. They don't need sprawling epics or high-stakes battles. Instead, they seek meaning in the small moments, the ones that reveal the magic hidden in everyday life. For them, a great story isn't just about escapism. It's about seeing the world through a different lens. Keep dreaming. This story's for you, the cello team. Chapter 1. The Lull of Pages. Clara stands at her small desk in the library, the soft glow of the morning sun streaming through the tall windows, casting warm patches of light on the worn wooden floor. Around her, the comforting scent of aged paper fills the air, mingling with the faint aroma of brewing coffee from the nearby cafe. She flips through the pages of an old novel, the familiar tactile sensation wrapping her in nostalgia, pulling her deeper into the rich world of stories before her. Her fingers glide over the spines of the books lining the shelves, each one holding untold adventures, mysteries, and knowledge. Twisting the cap off her favorite pen, Clara scribbles notes in her journal, excitement bubbling as she dreams of her own stories waiting to be written. She can almost visualize the characters coming to life, their journeys swirling around in her mind, igniting her passion for storytelling. A young patron approaches Clara, hesitantly clutching a book that looks battered and well-loved. With a bright smile, Clara shifts her attention, welcoming the child and leaning forward with genuine interest. "What do you think of it so far?" she asks, her voice warm and inviting. The child glances up, eyes sparkling, and begins to recount their favorite parts, words tumbling over one another in excitement. Clara listens intently, nodding along as the child describes the thrilling twists of the plot, her heart swelling with joy at the spark of imagination unfolding before her. After a moment, she gently suggests another book, one she hopes will ignite even more enthusiasm, and the child's face lights up at the idea, showing Clara the profound impact of their shared love for stories. After helping the young patron find their next adventure, Clara overhears whispers drifting from the librarian's desk, where her co-workers are engaged in hushed conversation. The atmosphere shifts as she catches snippets about budgeting issues and the impending financial strain the library is facing due to recent storm damage. Concern furrows Clara's brow as she rounds the corner, her heart sinking at the thought of losing the library, the sanctuary that has nurtured her dreams. She sneaks a glance at Mr. Finch, his furrowed brow giving away his worries, the weight of uncertainty hanging heavily in the air. Clara's fingers tighten around the spine of a nearby book, a familiar comfort, but even it feels inadequate against the impending news. The quiet tension in the room wraps around her, forcing the dreams she has for both herself and the library to clash with the reality of their precarious situation. Clara retreats to her desk, the emotional weight of the discussions lingering in the air. She opens her blank notebook, staring at the unmarked pages, her mind racing with ideas, but doubt creeps in. Clara's hand hovers over the paper, the urge to write battling against the fear of failure. She scribbles a few lines but quickly crosses them out, frustration brewing as thoughts of inadequacy swirl around. Leaning back in her chair, Clara takes a deep breath, reminding herself that storytelling is about exploration, even when the path is uncertain. With renewed determination, she decides to focus on the small moments, vowing to rediscover the magic in the everyday, hoping it will fuel her writing and bolster her spirit amidst the chaos. As Clara organizes the bookshelves, a faint glow catches her eye, drawing her gaze toward the hidden room's entrance. Her heart skips a beat, curiosity flooding her senses as she inches closer. She pauses, looking around to ensure no one is watching, feeling an electric thrill at the prospect of uncovering a secret. The door to the hidden room stands slightly ajar, as if inviting her to explore its mysteries, the air thick with untold stories. Clara's pulse quickens as she contemplates the wonders that might lie within, an inner voice urging her to step beyond the boundaries of the familiar. With a deep breath and a resolve to embrace whatever awaits her, she takes a bold step forward, ready to uncover the magic hidden within the library's heart. Clara pushes the door open, the creaking sound echoing through the library like a whisper of secrets waiting to be heard. Darkness envelops the hidden room, but a sliver of light seeps through a crack in the wall, illuminating dust motes that dance in the air. She steps inside, her heart racing with anticipation, the thrill of adventure coursing through her veins. The space is filled with old books, stacks haphazardly piled, each one a portal to a world she longs to explore. Clara can almost hear the pages whispering, inviting her to uncover the forgotten stories they hold. With a determined smile, she moves deeper into the room, ready to embrace the mysteries that lie ahead, feeling that this moment could change everything. Chapter 2: Secrets of the Hidden Room. Clara arrives at the library early one crisp morning, the faint sound of birds chirping greeting her as she pushes the heavy door open. The warmth of the sun spills inside, illuminating the peaceful space filled with rows of books, each shelf heavy with stories waiting to be discovered. She glances around, taking in the comfortable chaos, the occasional stack of misplaced books and the tranquil reading nook in the corner. A sense of belonging washes over her as she sets her bag down and begins her morning routine, the familiar tasks grounding her. Clara breathes in the smell of aged paper and wood, a comforting scent that feels like home, while she mentally prepares for the day ahead. Her fingers lightly brush against the spines of the volumes, and she can't help but smile, feeling fueled by the magic of the library and the adventures it offers. Clara places the last of the new arrivals on the shelves, feeling a sense of satisfaction as each book finds its rightful place. Just then, she notices a young patron wandering through the aisles, eyes wide and filled with curiosity. Drawing on her knowledge of the library, Clara steps forward, ready to assist, and asks, "Looking for something in particular?" The child hesitates, then shyly asks for recommendations, excitement bubbling just beneath the surface. Clara kneels to be at eye level, leaning in as she shares her favorite stories, her voice animated as she describes the adventures within the pages. Their interaction fills the air with laughter and wonder, as Clara feels the magic of the library come alive in their exchange, each moment reinforcing her love for storytelling and connection. As Clara hands the young patron a recommended book, she overhears a conversation from the librarian's desk drifting through the stillness of the library. The tone is hushed but urgent, snippets about budgeting issues and the potential closure of the library catching her attention. Clara's heart sinks as she glances toward Mr. Finch, his expression clouded with concern, a stark contrast to the warm aura of the library. The whispers weigh heavily on her, the reality of losing this treasured space suddenly looming larger than life, sending a chill through her. She tries to refocus, shaking away the creeping worries while reminding herself of the joy she just shared with the young patron. But the thought lingers at the back of her mind, igniting a spark of determination. Clara vows to do everything in her power to protect the library and its stories. Clara retreats to her desk, feeling the weight of uncertainty linger in the air around her. She opens her blank notebook, the pages stark and intimidating, and stares at the empty lines, grappling with her thoughts. Trying to shake off the ominous feelings, Clara flips through her previous notes, looking for inspiration, but the words seem to elude her. Frustrated, she scribbles a few lines about the importance of the library, yet hesitates to commit. Doubts swirl in her mind, clashing with her desires. With her hands trembling slightly, she takes a deep breath, reminding herself that storytelling thrives on vulnerability and truth, even in the face of adversity. Emboldened by this realization, Clara resolves to focus on the small moments and connections, the very heart of what makes the library special, as she prepares to fight for it. As Clara organizes the shelves, she notices a faint glow emanating from the entrance of the hidden room, pulling her attention away from her thoughts. Her heart races at the sight, curiosity piquing as she inches closer, the shadows of the room darkening the air around her. gazing cautiously around to ensure no one is watching. She feels a thrill of excitement mixed with trepidation at the thought of uncovering secrets long kept hidden. The door to the hidden room stands slightly ajar, an invitation to explore what lies within, the atmosphere thick with potential discoveries. Clara can almost hear the stories waiting to be unearthed, each moment drawing her closer to the door, igniting a sense of adventure inside her. With a determined smile, she gathers her courage, knowing that embracing the unknown could lead her to the answers she seeks. With a gentle push, Clara opens the door to the hidden room, the creaking hinges echoing in the quiet library. Dust motes dance in the shaft of light that spills inside, casting a magical glow over the forgotten treasures within. Her heart pounds with anticipation as she steps inside, feeling the air shift around her, laden with the weight of untold stories. Rows of neglected books and artifacts fill the space, each holding whispers of the past that beckon her to explore. Clara runs her fingers along the spines of the books, each one igniting her imagination, thrilling to the possibilities they contain. Determined to uncover the magic hidden within, she takes a breath and begins to sift through the items, ready to embark on a journey of discovery. Chapter 3. A Mentor's Wisdom. Clara enters the hidden room, her senses heightened by the musty scent of old paper and the anticipation of uncovering new knowledge. As she surveys the shelves, an unusual sound catches her attention, a soft whisper that seems to float through the air. She pauses, her heart racing, scanning the room for the source, wondering if her imagination is playing tricks on her. Clara takes a few cautious steps deeper into the room, curiosity battling against the instinct to retreat from the unsettling noise. The whispers grow slightly louder, as if beckoning her to listen, weaving through the stillness of the air and urging her to explore further. With a mix of excitement and trepidation, she decides to delve into the shadows of the shelves, ready to uncover whatever secrets the hidden room has to offer. Clara scans the room, her eyes darting from one shelf to another, searching for the source of the mysterious sound. The shelves are crammed with dusty books, each spine telling stories long forgotten, and she feels the weight of history pressing in around her. She reaches out to touch the spines, running her fingers along the titles, whispering to herself about the adventures awaiting within. Just then, she spots a peculiar book lying askew on the shelf, its cover worn and inviting, seeming to pulse with energy that captures her attention. Clara feels drawn to it, the whispers intensifying as if the book itself wants to share its secrets, igniting her curiosity further. With careful resolve, she pulls the book from the shelf, eager to uncover what truths it holds and to connect the threads of her journey. Clara opens the book, the pages yellowed and fragile, each one filled with handwritten notes and sketches as she begins to read. Her heart races as she uncovers the fascinating stories woven between the lines, revealing connections to the library's past and her own family history. As she turns the pages, the whispers seem to grow clearer, guiding her through the narratives, making her feel as if she's not alone in her exploration. Suddenly, a tingle of apprehension courses through her as she reads a passage warning about the dangers of seeking hidden truths, casting a shadow of doubt over her excitement. Just then, the door creaks open behind her, and Mr. Finch steps in, his intent gaze falling on the book she is holding. Clara pauses, sensing that their shared history is intertwined with the warnings within the text, and she feels compelled to discuss the revelations with him. Clara turns to Mr. Finch, her excitement tempered by the weight of the warning in the book. "Look at what I found," she says, holding the book up, her voice a mix of eagerness and trepidation. Mr. Finch steps closer, his expression shifting from curiosity to concern as he scans the pages, noticing the familiar annotations and sketches. "This book holds a lot of weight," he murmurs, his brow furrowing as he reads a particularly ominous passage about the consequences of unearthing hidden truths. Clara's heart sinks at his solemn tone, unsure if she should share her excitement about the connections they might uncover. But she pushes forward, eager to discuss what she's learned, knowing that this moment could be pivotal for both her exploration and their shared history. Clara takes a deep breath, leaning closer to Mr. Finch as she explains her findings, her voice barely above a whisper. "This book mentions our library, and look, it connects to our family history," she says, excitement creeping back into her tone as she points to a passage. Mr. Finch's eyes widen slightly, recognizing the significance, but concern still dances behind his gaze as he scans the rest of the text. "Clara, you must realize that these truths can come at a cost," he warns, his tone firm yet caring. She nods, feeling the weight of his words, the warnings about the past echoing in her mind, mixing with her curiosity about the stories waiting to be uncovered. Determined, Clara replies, "I understand the risks, but this could change everything for us. We need to pursue this." Mr. Finch leans back, considering Clara's determination, a mix of pride and apprehension in his expression. "I admire your spirit, but we must tread carefully," he finally says, his voice steady and reassuring. Clara's heart races as she nods, sensing the gravity of the path they are about to take. She places the book down gently and gazes at Mr. Finch, her resolve hardening. "Let's uncover these connections together. We can navigate the risks." With a supportive smile, Mr. Finch agrees, offering his expertise as they work in tandem, both aware that this journey could unveil hidden truths. As Clara watches him, she feels the weight of their shared knowledge. The library's legacy is intertwined with her own, and together, they are ready to dive deeper into the mysteries ahead.